everyone. Welcome to At Home with Sally. I'm Sally Clarkson, and I have the biggest privilege in the world to be with so many friends from all over the world who join me every week to listen to my stories, inspiration, biblical encouragement, and I am just so glad that you're here today. Thanks so much for joining me. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I love you. Hi, my friends. I'm so glad you joined me. And if you wondered what that lovely little tune was, I'm sitting here with 3 of my children, my beloveds, and I was just testing the mic. And they said that I should leave that little song in. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
It came from your heart.
Yeah.
Well, it gives you a little picture into kind of what we're really like here. But anyway, I am so happy. My mom heart is filled. I am with 3 of my beloveds, Nathan and his wife, Kelia, Joy, and we have just been having so much fun the past few days. So I thought maybe I would press each one of them just to say a little bit to you so that I can get this podcast to you, and also you can know a little bit about my children and my family. Many of you have been so amazingly wonderful. Thank you for your cards, your emails, your messages. As you know, or maybe you don't know, our beloved, wonderful dog, who was an angel sent from heaven, passed about a week ago. And we have so many memories. She's just a person to us. She comforted me so many times while my kids were overseas. She is playful. What do you all think? What are your favorite memories, just quickly?
Oh, it's been a whole new learning process being here in the house without her. I kept on looking for her, but she came into my life and just to kind of start a new era of life. And she was just sweet. She was really a little angel in our house, and she loved everyone. Yeah. She gave me a good picture of how I ought to be to the world.
I know.
Loving, accepting, gentle, sweet, affectionate. So we will miss her dearly.
She always loved us no matter what.
Yeah.
And
and she was just sort of in a world where there's many complicated things.
Yes.
She was an uncomplicated sweetness.
Yeah.
And we need more of that, all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, even when she was very, very ill last week, she was wagging her tail and giving us the dog smile. It was very, very sweet. So anyway, we've had a week like that. We've had other things happening in our lives, and of course, you have had much going on in your lives and in the news in the world. But I thought it would be just kind of a fun thing today to introduce some of you who don't know my children to them and to let them tell you what's going on in their lives. So we're going to start today with my wonderful Joy. Hi, Joy.
Hello.
So, Joy, who are you to me?
I am your daughter, your youngest daughter, no less.
There you go, youngest daughter and youngest child. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so what in the world do you do, and what are you working on? And why is your mom so happy that you're here? Because why can't you come home more often?
So, I'm Joy, and I live in London, where I work at King's College London, which is a university. And what I am working on at the moment is a book about, I'm kind of calling it in my mind the church mothers. It's women who played a significant role in the history of Christianity, but also significantly women who wrote their own lives. So, you know, we have a lot more texts by men, a lot more books that were written by men. And that's for a lot of reasons. But there's a few wonderful kind of lives of Christian women that we can find. There's things like Felicity and Perpetua, which is this beautiful life story leading up to a martyrdom that was written by a woman in the 2nd century, which is so cool. It's amazing to be able to read her own words about herself and Christianity and
stories from then.
And then up to people like Julian of Norwich, who was the first woman to write a book in English.
Your fave.
Wow. My fave.
And
I love
she's
Julian.
not, or where she was is not too far from your house.
I know. It's about 2 hours from me.
We need to go.
So I'm writing a book that's sort of like short stories about each one of those women. I'm thinking of it in my mind as kind of portraits of these wonderful women in history. And I did this because a while back I did a reading group on, I think I did it on Patreon. And people were just fascinated and wanted to learn more about these women because they were people they hadn't encountered. And they kind of just offer us this picture into what it's been like to be a Christian and a woman throughout history. and who give us kind of models for brave and interesting and loving Christian lives. So I'm working on that at the moment.
I think they're sort of heroines.
Well, and they shape our
us.
faith, and
Yeah.
we don't even know who they are, but they've shaped our faith and
Yeah.
understanding.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the
They've
church
lived-
is really cool.
Yeah.
A story in history. Yeah,
So
I can't wait.
So I kind of wanted to give people a chance to kind of dive into their stories and their worlds and learn a little bit about them. So that's what I'm working on. And the reason I can't visit very often is that I'm all the way in London.
No,
So it takes a little while to get here.
it does, and it's so much fun to have her there that I get to visit there, and yet to be home with any of my kids is just so satisfying to my heart.
I should say it's going to be a long time till that book's actually out. It's going to be about a year and a half.
Okay,
So don't anybody get too excited. But if you want to follow along with a little bit of the research I'm doing on it, I write updates on my Substack.
oh yeah, tell us about your Substack, or tell us where they can find your Substack. And Joy got her PhD in.
Theology and the arts, although theology, at St. Andrews in Scotland.
And so that's kind of what you are teaching or researching.
Yes, so when I'm not writing, I'm teaching at King's. Substack is just kind of a newsletter. I do like one kind of big free newsletter a month, and then I do weekly little missives just on what I'm working on, what I'm reading, what I'm up to. I've been trying to do one London thing a week. So
Well, that was the next question. What do you love about London?
Oh, there you go. Yeah, so I just moved to London in last fall. So I still feel like I'm getting to know London. But I think one of the things I love about
In
London...
the dating stage.
Yeah, we're in the dating stage. We're still getting to know each other, still getting comfortable with each other. I think something I love... I'll give two things. One is I love the food. There's so
me
much
too.
good food in London from all over the world.
I can say so much variety, too.
Yeah.
So much variety. Yeah.
And right at your doorstep. I mean,
Yeah.
where you live is amazing.
Well, if
Yeah.
you're really lazy, you're finger tap on your phone.
Exactly. No, but, and it's like there's so much good food of you can get hole in the wall, cheap, really good food, or if you really want to treat yourself, you can find nice with it. There's just like such a range, and it's fun to explore. And then the other thing I was going to say is London is this. It is one big city, but there's lots of little pockets. It's almost like little villages. And
Hamlets,
little
dare
hamlets.
I say?
Yes. And each place has its own kind of character and personality. Whether it's like the artsy, kind of grungy Hackney, or whether it's the beautiful big white houses of Kensington, or whether it's the kind of postcard little old-fashioned town of Greenwich. And so one of the things I love about London is, bit by bit, when I have time, just taking a day and exploring the many little
Yeah.
hamlets of London.
I love,
Exploring a new city is like one of the best parts of moving to a new place.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
and I just do love living or visiting you there. And before that, because we're kind of giving a holistic report to people that maybe haven't heard of you, you lived in.
Scotland? I feel like I'm guessing what you're... Yes.
You moved from St. Andrews in Scotland
Yes.
to London, so that's why you're just now kind of new-ish
Yeah.
and living there.
Well, and Scotland, I lived in St. Andrews, as you said.
Can you
which
give
is-
us a little bit of a Scottish lilt?
Gosh.
I feel like my
British?
Scottish friends might be offended. I lived in Scotland, and St. Andrews is this magical, tiny little town, but it is tiny. There are 3 streets.
But very magical.
Very magical, and it's right on the sea, and it's gorgeous. It's
gorgeous.
You know, like by 2 weeks after living there, you know everybody there, and you see them in the grocery store and everywhere you go.
And there's like ruins and cliffs.
Yeah,
It is
there's-
quite magical.
I always
think-
cried
wasn't-
when I left.
Am I wrong that some sort of Hogwarts is based off of there?
Probably, yeah.
I feel like it couldn't have not been.
Hogwarts in the sense that it's like, you have to take the train from King's Cross Station to get there.
Yeah.
And, it's just they call it the ancient university.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, yeah. I love St. Andrews. It's beautiful. It's magical. It's very
Me too.
the landscape is gorgeous. So that was where I was for a long time. So London's a big change because it's from this little magical tiny town
To a big city.
to a big city. Where
Finally, I
lots
have
of-
another sibling
I
living in a
know.
big city.
Yeah, so I feel like I'm learning how to be a city person.
Much easier to fly there to see you. We can come right to Heathrow
very
and then
true.
to see
Direct
you.
flight.
Yep. All right, Joy.
Was that all your questions? for me?
No, there's a couple of more questions. One is, what do you most love about where you live, and what do you most love about coming home to where you used to
one
live?
last, yeah.
So wait, one last, because
Okay.
my thing I like about where I live is
Yeah.
all the different food in the different places. And what do I love about coming home? So many things. I think I just love the comfort of it and getting to spend time with you and Dad. And I love sitting on the front porch in the evening when it's kind of
yes.
cool and sitting on our rocking chairs. I've also this time been enjoying, because I've been waking up really early because of jet lag, and I've been coming down and picking a book off the shelf and just sitting and reading. And it kind of reminds me of when I was younger and we did homeschooling and stuff here. And I don't know, I just love the ease and the peacefulness and you can kind of go from having a big adult life where you have to do things that hit deadlines to being relaxed and comfortable at home and just spending time together.
Yeah.
Well, I love having you here. The house loves having you here. And I'm just going to add one thing because, of course, I think that you're the best writer in the world, next to my other kids.
Thanks. Yeah.
All of my children are the best writers. So I was going to say that I love your Saturday morning missiles.
Yes.
I love your Substack. And so where is that?
If you Google Joy Clarkson Substack, it should come up.
Okay, great. All righty. Well, who's next?
Her.
Me.
Okay.
Ladies first.
I'm sitting next to one of my favorite people in the world. I just am blessed to have these ones in my life. And this is Mrs. Kelia Clarkson.
That's right, Mrs.
I know. I was about to say Miss.
That feels so official.
I know
I
it
guess
does.
it's true.
I
Well, it
know.
has been about 6 years. I sure hope so.
So for 6 years, she's been Mrs. And I think it's the first time I've ever said the word.
I think it's the first time anyone has ever said that to me.
Really funny. Okay, well, Mrs. Kelia.
Mrs. Clarkson.
Mrs.
How's it feel
Clarkson.
calling someone else Mrs.
I
Clarkson?
know. I'm a little bit
your
bum-fuzzled
name.
at the moment.
Yeah.
But so tell us a little bit about yourself. Okay, you can.
Wait, say the question out loud again so everyone can remember.
Okay, who are you to me?
I am your daughter-in-law.
Best daughter-in-law in the world. And
It's only one of them right now.
oh, that's true.
We have a silver medal in the closet.
Okay, and what do you do, or what are you working on? That's a big question for you because there's many things.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah, there are many things.
And
well,
where do you live?
Well, no, we'll get to there. We'll get there.
Okay, well,
Okay.
Anyway.
There's an order.
There's
I'm
so
Jay.
many. Well, so I am an actress. I most recently starred in Nathan's movie Bright Sky that came out earlier this year. It was earlier this year?
He was, yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing how time's flying.
been a
It was
long
like
year.
about 10,000 years ago.
Yeah.
It does.
And then I also run an online women's magazine called the Wallflower Journal. It's a place for the woman with a deep inner world.
It's wonderful.
Oh, thank you. And then lastly, I am putting the finishing touches on a novel that I am writing that's going to be coming out next spring. And I'm so excited, and I can't wait to...
It's the first of a series. And what's the series called?
Well, the series is Avila Falls, and I don't think I can quite say the title of the books yet, but it is an Avila Falls series. And I'm so excited to, over the coming months, be sharing more about it.
Oh, I can't wait. And it's with InterVarsity Press, correct?
Yes, which I am absolutely stunned, and it's been such a fun and exciting experience with them so far. Yeah.
Well, it just seems like all we are about in our family is eating and talking and writing.
And also, I'm going to brag on her. I'm probably not allowed to say what it is, but she just filmed a role in a very big movie that you'll probably see next year. It's a little role, but
Yes, it is a little role.
but this the only hint I'll give is that you will see her in the midst of an alien invasion. So that's the only thing I'll say.
The only thing we can say.
I don't think you guys have told me about
Yeah,
this yet.
I'll fill you in later.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
secrets.
I do have to say it's really fun to just Clay and I might be watching something and all of a sudden we'll go, look who it is.
I have to remember to update you on all of our roles, so you're not
know.
so too
I know.
surprised.
So, and that's why they're living in the place that they're living, which Nathan doesn't want me to say. I'm teasing.
No, I just have to go in order.
it was
have
the
to go in order.
Yes.
Okay.
But now we can say it.
Yeah, now you're allowed to
Okay.
ask, yes.
So where do you live, Kelia?
I live in New York City. Yeah.
What a great
and
place.
So do you.
I do, yeah. We should hang out.
Yes. And what I love so much about New York, there are many, many wonderful things about it. But I think the thing that always comes to mind for me is that for me, it is the land of endless possibilities. And it feels like there is always something around the corner there that is potentially wonderful that could happen.
And this is years
And-
after living there, and it still feels like there's something new to be found.
There is always
They're
like
true
even
New
just
Yorkers.
A few weeks ago, we discovered this
Yeah.
garden.
Don't tell them. 'cause
Yeah, you're
it's
right.
our
I don't want
secret.
anyone
You
to
don't
know
want them
about
to
this.
know.
No, but it's true. Like, yeah, tell them. Like, we stumbled in.
We were taking a walk that we often take, and we said, "Hey, why don't we turn right instead of left?" And then we just stumbled into this gorgeous garden of tulips and roses and colors and vibrance right in the middle of this huge city, and it was
it
just
was
like
It was like Garden of Versailles.
Yeah, it
type
was-
thing.
Was it like a public garden?
gorgeous.
I can't tell you.
No, it's Clarkson's only.
Yeah, Clarkson's. I was
Was the
like,
name of it Clarkson's Garden?
it was. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
okay.
Look up Clarkson's Garden.
Yeah.
I guess none of us really like crowds in our private places. And what do you love about coming home?
Well, what I love about coming here
To Clarkson
it's
Manor?
so funny because I am not from Colorado. I'm from Los Angeles, and that's always going to be home in some respects to me. But over the last, I guess, how many years have I been coming here? 7?
7. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
7, 8. 10.
It has become like home to me. And when I land in Denver airport, and I absolutely feel like I'm home. And I think what I love so much is when I come here, I know I'm coming somewhere where there are people that love me and want to be with me and are my friends. And I just know that I can expect to be poured into and to have a peaceful, restful kind of refilling time.
A break,
And that's
a
literal
break from.
and figurative because basically, as soon as we step through the door, it's nonstop caffeine and food.
Yes.
It's feeling physically and feeling emotionally. Hopefully,
Yes.
well, the home loves you as well, and I'm so glad that you love coming home. I get so excited. It's like I've never had children coming home, and every time somebody comes home, I just get excited, and we get to do all the things.
need to be buddies.
Yeah, we are. We talk and talk and talk. Okay. So, last but not
Finally.
least,
Yeah.
okay. So, young man, who are you to me?
I'm your youngest son. That's it. Your favorite son? Is that what we're waiting for? Favorite child, maybe? Yeah.
That's really funny. One would think that by now I would know all the questions. But anyway, okay. So, Nathan, there are many things for you too. What in the world do you do in New York City, and what are you working on?
You know, it's always funny to ask like an artist or creative that question because it's a question that takes so long to answer because there's so many things you end up doing. I do a few things like Kelia. We actually met in an acting class, and she was my first acting partner in that class, and love was found. But I'm an actor, and I've been playing pretend since I was very, very small. You
Oh
can
yeah,
read
he was
about
an
it.
actor since 7.
And it was just like, I love playing pretend, and I think I want to get paid for this. But even more than that, I love great stories, and I love being a part of narratives. And so there was no other choice for me but to become an actor. And so every now and again, I get small roles in some pretty fun things. I usually play bad guys, which means Mom doesn't always enjoy watching my stuff. But every now and again,
Oh, I always enjoy watching your stuff.
just not when I'm either getting killed or
I do
killing
not
someone
like to
else
watch you be
or
killed.
being mugged or being arrested. But occasionally,
Or being a cult leader?
Yeah, being a cult leader or a cult member. Yeah, there's all sorts. But occasionally, I do get to play a good guy. So we did. Keely and I got to star opposite each other in the romance western Bright Sky. So that was really fun to
How
show
fun.
you.
And you recently, I don't know if this is allowed or not, to say that you were both together in a
Oh, that's
show.
right.
And what?
you were together in a show.
The show that we.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, we can't. Yes, actually.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. Maybe
No,
I
you're
can't
good.
tell you.
You've got
Can't
it
say
down.
what it is,
I
right?
can't say what it is. Yeah, actually, really fun. Keely and I, again, I can't give you any details, but we're hired to be on a pretty big TV show in a very small role. But together, we were hired because they wanted a real couple, and so a few of you will be watching your TV sets and go, "Oh, there it is." So get ready.
You guys have also been a couple in a movie before, haven't you?
We get,
Oh, that's right.
I actually had one of my friends text me and go, "Was your brother in?" It was what was the movie? It was
Was it the romance?
yeah, and
Past lives.
yeah,
Yeah,
past
yeah,
lives.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
One of my
Yeah.
friends texted me and was like,
Well,
"Was your brother in?"
the reason I hesitated is because, funnily enough, Keely and I, it's behooved us to both be actors because often we get hired together because they want real chemistry on set, and so we've been cast multiple times as
a couple
in multiple things.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of fun. But yes, I just love that we share that, and I love being an actor. And so when I'm not auditioning or on set, I am also a writer. I have a lot of books out. About various things.
How many books are you working on right now?
Oh my goodness! Well, I have 3 or 4 books I'm working on right now. I have a new book called "I'm the Worst" coming out. That's not a joke, but it's called "I'm the Worst" and it's coming out in January next year.
And you want to tell us a little bit about it? Or can you?
I can't quite yet, but
Okay.
I will. But yeah, we're gonna really soon. It'll be kind of the whole thing will be announced, all the details about it and stuff. But yeah, it's more or less just a introspective look into people and our inner lives and what it means to be authentic and what, all that is. So I'm really excited for that to come out, and I put a lot of work and a lot of myself into it. So yeah, that's the book I'm working on. And when I'm not writing a book, I also write a little column on Patheos called Cross Cultural, and it's just kind of my random musings about the intersection of faith and art. And then I also host a podcast with my good film critic buddy, and every week we ask a question, and then
It's wonderful. Of course it's wonderful,
Well,
but
we
it's very
started-
insightful.
Well, thank you. We started it in the pandemic when we were kind of bored, stuck inside, and we always had intellectual talks until late at night. And we're like, we should record them, and so we did, and we've just had so much fun. And we, at this point, have had Pulitzer Prize winners and presidential nominees or candidates, and New York Times bestselling authors and scientists and
Even
professors,
me.
and even Sally Clarkson. Actually, everyone here has been on the podcast.
I know, I was going to say, all of us have joined your wonderful podcast.
But yeah, we have a lot of fun doing that. It's called The Overthinkers, if you ever want to check that out. But aside from that, I'm always working on another movie, another book, trying to get another role, just having fun. And yeah.
We were having so much fun the other night, and Clay discovered this first, but we were watching Law and Order, right? Yeah. Law and Order, and Clay said, look,
And guess what I was playing?
a bad person.
A criminal in a lineup. I had to get it's kind of a rite of passage for New York actors. And so when I got the call, it's been years. I've been working as an actor, and I hadn't done the original Law and Order. And so when they said, will you do a small role as a criminal lineup? I said, absolutely. So I finally checked it off the list.
So there was Nathan standing tall, and it was really fun to see him. All right, so what do you love about New York? Why in the world do you all live there?
Yeah, that is a good question. It is. It's the greatest city in the world, and I will not take any debate about this. I'm sure London's a close second, Joy. But I love New York, and I've always loved it. The thing I love about it is one of my good friends, he says when you're in New York and you step out your door, you feel like you're on stage, and that's a wonderful thing. You feel like you're kind of a part of this narrative and
story.
play. Yeah, and every building is a part of the set, and every person is a different character in this kind of movie that's playing out right in front of you, and it's alive. And like Kelia said, there's something new around every corner, and there's possibility. And so even when you're just sitting in your little apartment on your couch, just existing in that city, knowing that just around the corner a call could come in, something could happen, and inevitably it always does. There's always something beautiful and big and fun and interesting. So I love New York, and I always love New York. So that is the thing I love most about it.
Well, and it's so much fun for me to get to visit them. They're one of our best memories, and it was in actually in
so much fun a couple of years ago.
Yeah, in the Oxford book. But we went to see
Funny Girl with
Yes.
Lee Michelle, and we had such a blast. It was
so much fun.
Whenever you come, Mom, I love taking you to play because it's just something that's so unique to there, and it's just so much fun. So Funny Girl, we grew up watching, so it was really cool to see it on stage.
Yeah, I was singing every song in my heart. Okay, well, Nathan, what do you love about coming home? You'll have a love for here because you work, and then you get to come home for in the summer.
Well, that's exactly it. All the things I said that I love about New York, it's a play, there's energy, it's exciting, are wonderful things, but you can also get tired. And you can step out your door and say, I don't know if I can look at another human. I don't know if I can
And there's so many of them in
There's so
cities.
many of them. I don't know if I
true.
could walk another 58 blocks through the cold. I don't know if
It's
I can
the
go to
cold.
another audition. I don't know if I can,
Yeah.
And so all the things I love about it, which are wonderful, can also get tiring. And so when I go home, it's the best of both worlds. I go from the biggest city energy in the world to quiet and beautiful and mountains and peace. And then even more than that, just our home particularly that you have fostered and cultivated since we've been alive is one that is an arms open home. Copyright Nathan Clarkson. But if you see a book with her name on it called The Arms Open Home, know that I said it first.
It was here. You were here to witness.
That's right. But it's an arms open home, which is after you're tired and working and have faced rejection or difficulty or just menial life or whatever it might be, and you drive up and you kind of associate everything inside and just the beauty of it. Oh, this is a place that wants me here.
Oh,
this
yes.
is a place that is going to, like Kelia says, pour into me. Like it's going to give me rest. It's going to give me joy. And there's people who want me here. And it's going to be a place where I can rejuvenate to then go back out and continue my story. So I love coming home. It's kind of this ebb and flow, a tide in, a tide out. It's necessary for my life and calling in the world to come home for me so I can go back out. So I just love home.
I am so honored by their answers, but a lot of people have said, well, don't you miss your children? They're all so far away. I am so proud of the lives that they've owned, the things that they do, the way they're bringing light and beauty in the world. And yes, I do miss them, but I am so happy just to see them flourishing in their own lives. And it's really fun. And we have lots of fun when they come home.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
And we better wrap this up because we're going to have an amazing meal tonight, and I'm really hungry.
It's ready. It's getting ready for us right now.
And Clarksons are prone to hanger.
Very prone, yes.
Well, thank you all so much for listening to us tonight. Thank you, kids, for being here. And I just pray God's blessings on your life this week and on your homes and on your heart and whatever you're going through. We are so grateful that you joined us here. Have a great week. Bye-bye. I hope you've enjoyed our time together today and that you'll join me next week. Be sure to look for more inspiration on my blog at sallyclarkson.com. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.